Greetings one and all, this is Lloyd Brown with the delectable, the delightful, the wonderful, the amazing, the outstanding
Lloyd Brown, you knock me out.
Chibum die, alright there.
Come on now. Sweet reggae music playing.
See, it always comes back
to the people dancing.
See, it always comes back to reggae at the end of the day.
Keep on skanking. Oh yeah.
Alright there. We're not ridiculing nitty gritty.
No.
It's just our love for him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, and the randomness of it all. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. This is Lloyd Brown alongside the wonderful Lady Lex, and we're gonna get big and serious, you know, this thing now, because this is something that I really wanted to find out from Lex herself and her experiences from another standpoint. You know, she's a white lady, she sings reggae music. From my standpoint, music is colorblind. There's been a lot of white reggae artists, and I'm talking worldwide here. I'm not just talking about from the UK. You can go as far back from UB40, but UB40 was a multicultural band at that time. And they were basically like the walking Google. They were the Google of their time in terms of reggae music and how people got to know about the reggae music that we created and we made and they loved and they played. So fast forwarding now, right? Specifically to yourself, I want to ask you about your experience and the reception, how you've been received, how you are continually received as a white reggae artist. I'm saying that from the relevant people's standpoint, because you're just an artist to me. You
Yeah,
get what
I know what you mean.
Okay, so I want you to give people an insight to the experiences that you have been through, and to some degree that you're still going through now. Them not knowing your pedigree as to how far you come.
You know, Lloyd, I mean, it's a situation where I actually take it on the chin. I know what I'm into. I've always known. This is not an industry that I've just decided, oh, I want to sing reggae music. I'm going to go and give it a bash and see how I get on, old chap. You know, this is my life, Lloyd. So it's no surprise to me that not everybody thinks the same. And you know, like, there's good and bad in everybody, and I just think, you know, there are ways of thinking in both sides of the fence, and I've seen both sides of the fence. You know, I had a complaint neighbour, Tipper Ivy, you're not the only one, you know what I mean? I had a complaint neighbour, used to shout at me all the time, you know, why are you making that Jungle Bunny music? So racism has never really only come from one set of people, it comes from all
Both
over,
sides,
where people don't understand, you know, and it's that lack of understanding and what we might say is a bit of ignorance, really, that we can all fall foul of, you know, to a degree in some way or another, because you know, we need better understanding. And I think, you know, it would be no different than my Billy going in to sing somewhere and having to use the back entrance because of certain things, you know, and I'm like, who am I to complain about some slight comments about things that are said to me or things that, you know, happen to me, when there's a huge picture here. So for me, do you understand where I'm coming from? Like, you know, I haven't grown up with blinkers on. I've grown up with my parents' good friends being a black couple, so I've seen and I know. And I felt that myself, you know. So, and the people I choose to move with, oh, I've been chased by skinheads, Lloyd, I've jumped over turnstiles in the station running for my life, do you know what I mean? I've been through it, I've been spat at, I've been called this, that, you know, and you know how it goes, you know, I'm black man's meat, I'm this, I'm that, and it's like, oh, seriously? I can't even find any original lyrics, you know, and then the whole, like, why are you singing reggae music, and I just think, do you know what, I'm a musician, you know, and I just think, I sing music, and I don't only particularly sing reggae music, I'm a singer-songwriter. Yeah,
it just amazes me for people to even ask that question. It's like, I mean, we could go deeper and have people ask me, well, why do I sing pop music? Why do I sing, you know what I mean? You know.
Yeah, but do you not think that really, if there was a, say for example, you decided in the morning you're going to sing opera, Do you not think that people might ask you, why do you sing opera? You know, what you sing an opera for? There are some people who are very protective of what they deem as like their culture and their lifestyle and what everything means to them. There are going to be some people that are going to feel that way.
I think with opera is more a class thing more than anything else. Because,
yeah, I agree.
You know, because you can still have uptown people singing reggae.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
that's true.
but it's for me, it's like my reference to reggae music is always Bob Marley's One Love.
Yeah.
And people tend to forget that Bob Marley is mixed race.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
right.
He's mixed race.
He is indeed.
So for Bob's message of one love to go out there, but yet still people are still asking you, why are you singing reggae? It makes no sense to me. But then at the same time, it's an occupational hazard, I guess, that you have to go through.
It is, Lloyd, and you know, you've got no part in it really if you can't accept that, you know, because I said to you before, you know, I'm a guest in this, you know.
Yes.
This does not belong to me. Everything on the earth belongs to the Father, I know, but by birthright this does not belong to me. So therefore you have to be prepared for the path that you've chosen to take, you know, and you have to just know that. And so for me, really, I'm more interested to see what people have got to say necessarily after they've spoken with me, and after realising actually, you know what, you've thrown enough seasoning at me to put in my pot. Actually, now we've got more in common.
Yeah.
You know, because I can feel, you know, the injustice of where you're coming from for certain things, but you know, I mean, who am I to complain, really?
Well, you know, they say, well, Bob Marley said, only a fool lean upon his misunderstanding. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's just for one to overstand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
This is it. I mean, there's been times I've nearly walked away, but I can't walk away because it calls me back. See, Lloyd, I've tried.
I know them ones.
You know, I've tried to walk away so many times and just sing something else that I should look like I'm supposed to be singing, but
you're not being true. You're not being true to you.
And I can't not be true to myself because it makes you feel better about how the world looks to you. Do you get what I mean? So it's a case of, look, you know, I'm not here to take anything from anyone. I'm actually trying to put back in and reinvest, because I could have gone down the commercial route, Lloyd.
Yeah, you could have gone corporate, basically.
I could have done a long time ago. I had the links. I chose not to.
Right.
I wanted to sing music that I respected so much and not dilute it and not go and take it out and make money for me and not share it. The whole point of what I do in my life is to, we all want to eat a piece of banana bread, Lloyd. Do you know what I mean? I ain't baking it.
Don't get me started.
But I'm not trying to get gravelicious with the thing and try to make big money off it. You know, that's the point I'm trying to make. Is that, you know, I love the music. It's been a big part of my childhood. You know, you'd have to go back and ask my mum and dad why were two of their best friends from Grenada, I suppose, and ask them to rethink that, because they introduced me to them. They lived in Shepherd's Bush. They had all the Studio One coming in the house. You know, what can I say?
Yeah.
You'd have to rewind the whole of my life and then, you know, have no interaction with it, because I grew with it.
Yeah.
You know, so I can't. It's like asking me to chop off half my body and still walk down the street. It can't happen.
And it comes down to the same thing with music. It's like music is another Bob Marley quote. It's like Bob makes his music to take its rightful course, to find its rightful people, and that's what music does in general. Do you know what I mean? You know, if it finds you and it envelops you in your life to the point where it's like you can't see yourself doing anything else, and even if you're not able to sing, to physically project your voice, you're still going to want to have something to do with the music. To promote it and to make sure you do your part. Because we're all responsible for it living on. We're all responsible for it. My daughter, for example, at the tender age of about 13, 14, sung on, she's 27 now, sung on Hey Little Girl. Oh right. Oh, see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was just in high school at that time.
Right, right.
You know, and if we can just sort of reach out and get our children involved with this is a similar thing of passing on a recipe down the family.
That's another interesting point you make, because there are children of reggae artists who do not want to have anything to do with reggae, and it's not so much to do with the music. It's to do with the ecosystem, the business practices, all of that, the politics, and they can look around and see grime and trap music, and they can see a lucrative end to that.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it might not be their first choice of music. It might be a music that they enjoy listening to. Yeah. But with reggae music, is something that they feel it. That, you know, they do feel it. You know. Yeah. But it's just something that they just choose not to get.
Follow.
And it's because of the business.
That's right.
But we have people like yourself that. I'm still getting my head around the fact that you have been integral in the music business from such an early age, and we didn't even know anything about it.
Lloyd, I mean, it's crazy, you know, because I love sound systems as well. I've sung dub plates for sound systems long before I even produced a reggae track. I sung a dub plate for Emotions, and it was Emotions. It's over and done.
Oh, okay.
Got the heart ailings on.
Yeah.
It was the one you're clinging to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a dub plate. But some people remember me from that time. I tell you who remembers me from that time as well is Phoebe One. My girl, Phoebe One.
Phoebe.
Yeah, I used to teach dance. Well, I used to run a Keep Fit dancing club down at the community centre. Okay. Because I was a dancing teacher. That's what I used to do as well. I used to dance.
Right.
So in my spare time, I used to volunteer, and I used to go down all the kids from around the area. I used to say, "Come in," do you know what I mean? And I used to teach dancing, and we used to go through routines and whatever. And then we'd have a little set that we'd go apart, and we'd take some of the girls that was interested in singing, and we'd go and sit upstairs and sing. And Phoebe One was one of them. And me and her used to be sitting there singing together on the wall. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my girl.
You put the work in, man.
That's my girl. You know it's all, to me, it's all about, we've got to do this together, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not like, come take what I'm going to take and just move on, and that's not what it's about to me.
That's not.
And that's the point I was referring to earlier. When I see other people coming in, I worry, not for other reasons apart from what's your intention, what's your motivation, you know, what are you here for? Yeah. Are you here because you love it and you're a fool for it like we are, because we have to be a fool for reggae music to stay in it, come on, let's be real. You know, are you here and you're doing it because you've got no other choice, because that's what you're calling it, that's what you've got to do it? Or are you here because you want to then go and take it off to a different set of people and just sell it,
repackage it
it and dilute it and ruin it, really? Yeah. You know, because I see so many people that should be getting an accolade. Yeah, that's what I meant in the previous vlog. That's what's important to me. That's when I get nervous. I'm like, no, actually, you know. You know what I mean? What are you here for? And from I see that you're here with a good intention, that, you know, for the right reasons, all right, you know, that's all good. Wow. Because otherwise you make my life harder. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I hear that. I hear that.
Yeah.
So, I think this is a good time to kind of actually wrap up the series. So in doing so, I want to ask you one question. I want to ask, what are your plans for the future? And yeah, what are your plans for the future?
Okay. Well, plans for the future is to do things on twofold. Now I've given up my side of the singing for a good while, you know, put it on the back burner while I was sorting out the radio station. Right. But now I want to move both forward, parallel, really. Yeah. So I'm going to go and do my thing. Right. The guys will know what they're doing, you know. Patrick's taking more of a role now as well, speaking with the guys on a daily basis and making sure that people get set up and things like that. And if there's any technical hitches, he can help them with. But for me now, I need to get back to what feeds me. Right. You know, and that's music. So I need to be creating again, because I can't be away from it for too long without start getting grouchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, you know, and like I need my outlet, you know.
Yeah.
So that sustains me.
Yeah.
So I need to get back to doing that, and I am doing. So I've got some new projects coming up, which is good to see, you know. And in the meantime, with the radio station, where I'd like to see it is to be an official broadcasting platform where we can pay a wage to our DJs. I'd love it to get there. I mean, what I'd like to see in the first step of that is I'd like to now try and see if I can get a grant to really inject some projects into the station, getting children involved, getting people who are in high school involved, getting some 4 to 6 spots filled, making sure that, you know, they learn some new skills, how to present, how to conduct themselves, you know, how to become a presenter, and how to do all that.
So aside of that as well, in terms of the music production, would it be of interest for you to actually do the same thing with music production, because you've been adept to it for a long time?
I have indeed. I've given a lot of time to people to you know, doing their own thing or whatever, and I would be open to that, but right now I've got so much on my plate. I would like to be there, but I see that a little bit further into the future, because obviously we're all getting on now, aren't we, dear?
Some
now.
more than others.
I don't know about you, you're younger than me.
I'm running out of money, Lex.
Younger than me. So I just think, you know, why I can do it, I'm going to do it. You know, because I've given up just, you know, following my career for so many times, for so many different reasons. I just think, you know, I just want to do that first, then I would like to work with other people. I'd love to do that. But in the meantime, I need to get the station off the ground, because a station platform for people to come through on. So if I can just get that flying high, then that comes in the other people, working with other people. Then we can bring through the people in the school, the youth in the school, give them some project that they can work on, filtering out the profanity and getting them playing clean music, bringing in new artists and pushing them through on that platform. So it all works hand in hand.
Does that make sense, or does that make sense? It's not just about, me a DJ, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I play a blah, blah, blah. For blah, blah, blah. Because I like it, and blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. So, in closing, right, where can people find you in social media land? Where can people link up with you?
If you go to www.ladylex.co.uk, that's LADYLEX, no spaces, no capitals, all lowercase, .co.uk, you'll find all the links to my Reverb Nation, to my Facebook, to LinkedIn, to everything, so my Twitter, everything. So you find it all there. And with the station, www.CHAAAWAAA.com.
Chawa! So, let me give you a hug first before I bring in hubby.
Oh, God bless you.
Oh no, bless you.
Thank you so much.
Father P, come sit down. Come take a seat. Come take your rightful throne. Right. So, I just want to say it has been an absolute pleasure reasoning with Lady Lex, and I hope that what you take away from this is the facets, the multi-facets of this lady, right? And the way how she made this brother look real good.
He's a good man.
A very good man. A very, very, very good man.
Can't keep a good man down.
Absolutely. So I want to take this opportunity and thank you guys for just making the time to make this thing happen. This was it's not even a labour of love, it was just a project of love for me.
Oh, right. I'm honoured.
And to have people basically hear your story. So
bless you.
So
can I just take a moment to say thank you to the amazing Lloyd Brown, who really, Lloyd, you don't have to give up your time to do this, but you choose to do this. And you know, I'm so blessed and so thankful that you've given me the time to show you who I am,
Yeah.
you know, and you've taken the time to listen with your heart and not with your eyes, you know what I mean, or your ears or whatever, you know. You know, we can all see things and we automatically assume what they are, but you listen with your heart.
Thank you.
And that means a great deal to me. It really does, because you know, it's lovely. Lloyd, you're lovely. You've got your own platform. You've got your own thing going on. You've got your own fan base. You don't have to do this, but you choose to. And it's
for
a
the
blessing.
love.
You
For the
do
love.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You do it. So thank you, Lloyd.
No, thank you both.
Thank you.
And there's a phrase that you know is my mantra,
Oh yes.
and I try and make it everyone else's mantra. So what is the phrase?
Abstain from foolishness, especially your own.
So it's with that, I can't even top that at the minute. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna bid you adieu for now. Thank you for tuning in, watching the series thus far, and yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
Thank you very much.
And
for tuning
chawa to the world.
in. And that.
Bless. Abstain from foolishness.